The sequence that we're gonna do now is the dynamic yoga flow. You can use this to warm up before your training. You can do it to cool down afterwards. What we're really trying to do is connect to our breath, increase circulation, and really take some body awareness into account. So I have my favorite NFL football player here, my fantastic little brother, George Kittle. So we're gonna get started in a seated pose. As we do this pose, we work on a 4-count breath. You're gonna hear me talk about this and explain it a lot, but the 4-count breath is a really great way to trigger your mind that you're supposed to breathe. This is a tool that we use with George, whether we're on the mat or he's in pads about ready to step in and take on another play. Your breath is gonna help you to reset, connect with your body, and be present in the moment. It's inhale for 4, so in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, good, keep going. So as you can see, as he breathes, his chest is rising, good, and he just kind of relaxes down into the posture. So his hips are square, his shoulders are right on top, and the crown of his head is nice and tall. All right, so now taking your hands to your shins, we're gonna do some spinal rocks. It's like a seated cat-cow, a seated cat-dog. So he's gonna inhale forward, so chest comes forward, good. And as you exhale, round it back and in. So you can see really pushing out through the back of his spine. So inhale, chest lifts and rises, nice job, good. And then exhale down. Big inhale, nice, tall. As you sit, see that chest rise. And as you exhale, good, round it down. From here, he's gonna pull himself forward and then just take a forward fold over this. Now, if you're doing yoga by yourself and you're just getting started, this might be very tight. So just let your neck relax. It's always nice if you have somebody rubbing on your neck while you do this. Good. And then what you wanna do is keep your hips points down, but you wanna really reach forward, good. And then taking as many breaths here as you'd like. I always try to recommend at least 2 to 3, so you're here for, like 15 to 20 seconds, whatever feels best. So every time he's inhaling, even though he's compressed and over, he's finding length through his spine and expansion, and then he's exhaling, he's squeezing up and in and reaching. Good, inhale draws us back up, and then we're just gonna switch the cross of our legs. So go ahead. Now, you're gonna have a side that feels a little bit more natural, right? Do you have an awkward side?
This is awkward.
This is the awkward side, okay. So instead of spinal flex, we're gonna start with a twist. So inhale to the left, so you can take your hands to your shoulders, whatever feels good, and then exhale to the right. Good. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Now, if this is hard for you, Georgie, take your hands down so you can reach them as you do this. All right, good. Now inhale over, let's do 2 more sides. Exhale over. 1 more, big inhale. And big exhale all the way over. Good, now taking the forward fold through the middle. Inhale, we'll sit nice and tall. You can grab onto your shins, and as you exhale, go ahead and walk yourself out. Good. Now, his 2 sit points are his anchor points. We want him to be pressing down here, and then just let the crown of your head get heavy. So while you're here, this is a really great time. You're gonna feel a lot of stretch and extension. It's okay. If it feels too intense, just back off, but really just let the weight of your body do the work for you here. Gravity is your friend. Good, all right, let's roll it up. Now, onto every football player's favorite pose. We're going right into toes pose. So we're gonna come over into a kneeling pose. Go ahead and show us, George. Good. So what he's gonna do is bring his knees a little bit closer together. You wanna make sure that your ankles aren't splaying out too far. So from here, Georgie, just sit your hips back and down. Nice job, bud. Good, they don't have to perfectly be touching, and then his toes are hooked under. Now, this is a great pose to do if you were trying to prevent against turf toe, which everybody should be conscious and aware of. That is a very, very serious injury. All right, so as we're here, we're gonna sit nice and tall, maybe get a little smile. And we'll take 3 of those 4-count breaths here. If you already are dealing with turf toe, this is not a pose that I would recommend. You can just point your toes and you'll get a really nice quad stretch. All right, ready? 3 breaths here. So it's in, 2, 3, 4, powerful exhale. Out, 2, 3, 4. Good. In, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. 1 more. In, 2, 3, 4. There we go, nice job. All right, bring it down and forward, coming into tabletop position. Now, I like to tap the top of my feet out, so kind of kick them out. Good. From here, we're gonna take a little bend through our elbows. Good, and then inhale, just start to, okay, we can go that way. From here, he's gonna drop his belly on the inhale. Good, pinch the scapula, shoulder blades draw down and back, and then I want you to think long neck. Good, there you go. All right, so holding this pose for a sec, we're anchoring down through the base of our hands. So he's pushing down here, and then I want you to think like you're drawing these together, Georgie, so that like you're pulling the energy in. Good. So we're inhaling here, And then as you exhale, we're closing the gap. Nice job. It's gonna really help draw that energy down and stretch out your core. Good, let's do 2 more. Nice. 1 more, full range. And then all the way down. Good, so thinking just like a yogi squat, we're gonna keep our hands down and then just step 1 foot up and then the other, and then we're gonna rise up to standing. Good, nice job, George. All right, coming to the top of our mat. Big inhale, arms come high. And as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. All right, we're gonna take 5 pumps here. So if you need a strap, you can obviously grab one or a towel, but otherwise you're gonna reach down and away and just take 5. So it's 1, 2, good, 3, 4, 5, good. Now keeping your hands bound, we're gonna squeeze our core, bend your knees, and then take a rounded forward fold, so a nice shoulder rinse. Good, so if your hands are just right on your hips, they're resting here, that's totally fine. Good, now round your forehead in. Nice job, release your hands down. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Stretching out the hamstrings, good. Hands can come to your shins. Exhale, round it down, chin to chest. Good, let's do 1 more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, round it down and in. Good, from here, step it back, find high plank. So if your hands or your wrists are bothering you, you can make fists and push those down. But otherwise, this is another place where you can stretch out your feet, stretch out your toes. Okay, inhale, let's shift our weight forward, high onto your back toes. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Good. Elbows pinching in. From here, toes point, thighs seal together. Inhale, find your baby cobra. Now he's drawing that energy down. Good. All right, we're coming up a little higher. And then exhale down. Good, let's do 1 more like that. Keeping your hip points down. Inhale, open your chest. Beautiful, nice job. And then exhale down, downward facing dog. Okay, from here, we're gonna tuck the toes, pass through tabletop, and then scoop your hips up and back. Okay, there we go. All right, nice long lines. As a football player, you guys, this pose can be painful as you get started, but please trust me, it is such a powerful pose to open up your feet, your Achilles, your hips, your wrists, everything to your shoulders and neck. So for the first part, we're gonna take 2 more breaths on the 4 count, but I want you to find some movement the whole time, George. So we call this walking our dog. So it's breathing with me. It's in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Keeping your hands down, walk your feet all the way forward. Love it. And then halfway lift. Inhale, nice long flat spine. And then exhale, round it all the way down and in. Good, 1 more like that. Inhale, nice long flat spine. And then exhale, round it down and in. Good job, Rada. Inhale, take your arms all the way up to the sky. Now think about taking up space. Reach up, use your breath. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Now, going back to that awkward side, whatever side feels a little weirder. And then 5 pumps here. So if you had them one way, just try to do your thumbs the other way. There you go. And then 5. So 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, and then a shoulder rinse. Take it all the way forward and down. Now you're really gonna feel this opening up across your chest. Round your chin in. Good. And then big breath down. So inhale here. And then exhale, squeeze in. Good job. All right, release your hands. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Round it down and in. Good, nice job. Think nice strong lines. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round it down and in. Good, plant your hands, step back, find your high plank. All right, taking an inhale here, we're gonna elevate. So push into my hand, push, there you go, just like that cat spine. Now exhale takes us all the way down to the mat. Nice job, point your toes, thighs together. Inhale, baby cobra. Good, nice long neck, drop your shoulders. There we go, exhale all the way down. 1 more, inhale. There you go. Good, so think about integrity of the pose. If you're cranking and crunching on your neck, that's not the yoga pose we're going for. Good, take it all the way down. Now scoop your hips up and back, downward facing dog. There we go. All right, so George is obviously very athletic and strong. I wanna show another variation. So if you're down here, another thing you can do is press up through tabletop, scoop your hips, and then press up and back. There we go. Good. All right, now taking a couple breaths here. George is very mobile, but what I want you to see is that if you come up higher on your toes and then bend your knees, good, you're really focusing on a straight spine. So your heels do not have to be down for you to be in downward facing dog. Good. All right, staying here, we're gonna take 2 big breaths together. So exhale out wherever you are. And then it's in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Good, I'm gonna give you a little push. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Taking our feet forward, keeping your hands down. Nice job, bro. Inhale, halfway lift. We got 2 more of these. Exhale all the way down. Good, 1 more. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, coming down. Good, from here, we're gonna plant our hands, then step the right foot all the way back. All right, first coming into this nice, long, powerful lunge. So once again, we're stretching out that back foot. We're gonna inhale, take it forward, and then exhale, rock it up and straight-ish. Good, so go through a couple of these, George. This pose is really, really important. You're gonna feel it through your hip flexors. So your hip flexors are right up in here. If you're running and in a power stance and you can't fully extend, you can't go as fast and as powerful as you truly could be. So working on this move is a really, really great way to make sure that you have the mobility to extend and be as fast. So when George cuts, when he's in the open field and he takes off and he's gone, this is a pose that really, really helps him. Good, nice job. All right, from here, we're gonna bring that back knee down and then coming into our twist. So right hand's gonna plant down and then extend your back toes. Inhale, take your left arm up. And as you exhale, reach that elbow down towards the ground. Doing this on a 4 count now. We're gonna do 5 reps. So that was 1. So it's in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Good. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Good. Out. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Leaning forward. In. Good. 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Nice job, George. Okay, so coming up, we're gonna be in a kneeling lunge. Now, if this ever bothers your knee, put a towel or roll up your mat underneath it. But from here, elbow is gonna be on your knee. And then George is gonna take either his right hand behind his head or you're gonna weave it down around behind. Now, I love this pose because if you push the back of your hand in, you can pull your shoulder back and it's really gonna open up across your chest. All right, from here, we're gonna lean down into the lunge. Good, and if you can reach your hand down forward, and then we're gonna find a twist. Good, there we go. All right, now we're gonna just hold this pose for stillness. Sometimes stillness is a lot harder. All right, leaning down, let gravity do the work, and we'll take 4 breaths together. It's in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Good, nice job. All right, coming out of this pose, we're gonna transition into a wide-legged forward fold. So just turning over towards the side, go ahead and plant your hands down. Good, nice long. Now, what I want you to focus on is your feet are running parallel with each other. And then I like to square off my toes. Good, you're perfect, George. All right, from here, inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine squeeze. And then as you exhale, we're gonna roll it down. All right, now I love this pose because it's more of a play or stay pose. So you can stay here if you want, or you can grab opposite elbows and just kind of sway from side to side. See what sensation you get. Make sure your chin is rounding in. Good, so we want that nice long spine. See how this is just one pretty long line? Nice job, George. All right, from here, coming over to the other side, just turning over. So now our right foot is forward. So both hands down. We're gonna go back into that rock step. So framing your foot, we're gonna inhale, take it forward, and then exhale, press it back. So as we press it forward, your knee can come in front of your toes. Make sure that feels safe on your knee. And then when we go back, I want you to think about keeping your hips square. So drop the left hip down and really try to square it off to the front of the mat. Good, let's do 2 more, Georgie. Press it up and back. Good, nice long line. So this is his power stance. So we're opening up the hip flexor on the other side. Good, and then bringing it down into your twist. So left hand right underneath your shoulder, and then we're gonna inhale, reach it up. And exhale, right elbow reaches towards the mat. Some days my elbows go down, some days it doesn't. It just depends on the load or the lift that you're doing. Good, keep this going. We got 3 more. Slow it down just a little bit. So another thing I wanna mention is when George is on the field, there are guys that are literally physically larger and stronger than him, but because of his mobility, he has the ability to leverage his strength and his power. So leverage is a super, super big and important thing in the football game. So when he lines up against a giant defensive lineman, being able to get under them and be powerful is what's gonna help him to move and actually be effective for his team. Okay, so we're gonna take our elbow to our knee, bring it up, and then hand either behind your head or we're gonna reach. Does that feel okay?
Yes, good.
Good. All right, and then lean it forward, spiral open. Good. We find it in the hip flexor? Yes. All right, we got 4 breaths here. It's in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. From here, we're just gonna come down, sitting 90-90. So just drop your right hip down to the mat. Perfect. There you go. And then we're gonna line up. Now, this is a hip mobility series, so it's one of our favorites. When you set up, you wanna think about your ankles and your feet being at 90-degree angles, right? So it's coming straight out and then down and over. What I see a lot is guys tuck this foot in. You're not gonna get the same stretch, so reach it out. Good, nice job. And then lock your ankle. All right, from here, we're gonna inhale, sit nice and tall. And then your right hand's gonna reach back, left hand to your right knee. Good, exhale, twist. One more, inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, twist and lean. This is another great stretch to get into your hip flexor. Feeling it?
Oh yeah, my back popping.
We got some back popping too. All right, inhale coming up. And then we're gonna take a forward fold over this leg. Good, now George is super extended. Like I said, he has a lot of mobility. But when I'm teaching younger players, what I always try to tell them to do is you wanna hug. Think about hugging this foot so that your foot starts to line up with your sternum. So right down the middle. Good. Nice job, George. All right, let's take 2 big breaths here together. So it's in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. There we go. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good. So this is a stay or play pose. You find the mobility that feels best for you. Keeping your feet exactly where they are. We're gonna bring our knees up and over. There we go. You can pretend like you're holding an imaginary football. So we're going all the way over and then go all the way back. Good, feet planted, rotate up and over. And then one more time, take it all the way around. Good. Gonna go 3 times, good. Now setting up for that deeper twist. So right hand to left knee, left hand reaches back. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good, bring it forward and then think about hugging that foot. So the same way we did the pull and flex in the beginning, we're gonna grab our shin, inhale, pull yourself forward, and exhale, lean it down. Now, as you start to gain more mobility, another way you can add on, so this is kind of a beginner pose to pigeon, is you can extend this leg back and just explore those sensations. All right, so we got 2 more breaths here. It's in, 2, hug that foot, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, closing with a wide-legged child's pose. Child's pose is a great grounding pose. If you're feeling kind of scattered and you need to just ground down, we always recommend this pose. So from now, I'm gonna have George bring his toes close together. They don't have to touch, knees wide. They can be off the mat, and then just sink your hips down and back. Good, reach your hands forward and then just let your head be heavy and down. All right, let's take 2 big breaths together, George. So it's in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Good, in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Bringing it up. Let's go ahead, just find a little kneeling position. We'll close class. All right, everybody inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, pull that energy in. And as you exhale, bring it down to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.